Cheryl Cook Up.
Hey y'all.
How y'all doing? Welcome back to another episode of
Be fucking for real.
Because if you can be anything.
Be fucking for real.
Yes. How you doing today, Carla?
I'm feeling good. You know, I got a little.
I meant to tell you last time, like, the Babiana is Babiana.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Y'all know I got a few inches. Maybe in a couple months y'all gonna see me. My hair gonna be down. It's gonna be hanging off this couch.
I know that's right.
Excuse me.
That's right. Look, we need a new little intro reel of like our elevated styles. We
Yeah, for sure.
Tap in.
Because honestly, I'm running out of them. But that's okay. I love ordering clothes online, so.
No, for real. For real.
All right, so my name's Rachel. If you don't know by now, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm Bria, guys.
Yeah. And be fucking for real. But anyways, we're going to talk about our wine.
Mm-hmm.
So this is another Savvy Bee. Go back to the previous episode.
Savvy Bee.
So you can realize what this is.
Mm-hmm.
She's very cute, like I said on the previous one. Just very light. More passion fruit, grapefruit, you know, gooseberry, you know, if that's your thing. So yeah, she's very.
I got Prosecco again, but it's another one.
Yeah, La Vostra, another TW Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Check us out. Well, check me out. I'm always there. So yeah, we're gonna cheers to that.
Cheers.
And then we're gonna get into these topics
Before
because
we
we
do
know
that.
y'all love some mess.
Y'all do,
go ahead,
but we gotta talk about what we had to be fucking for real.
Oh yeah. Whew. I have to be fucking for real about that. Everybody has a trigger. And just because you don't know what the trigger is doesn't mean that they weren't triggered. And sometimes the trigger has nothing to do with you personally. It's unresolved trauma in their own life. That's it. That's all. And provide grace. Because you ain't always have it together. But now that you do, you can provide grace for those still learning.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to that. I think I'm gonna kind of go into the sermon topic this week of like, you got to put your mask on first before you can help anybody else. And so it's interesting. I saw that, and then like the Saved by the City alerts came up on my Instagram, and it was like, you need to help yourself. And so maybe I'm like, am I not doing enough for myself? Maybe I need to like look at that a little deeper. So just kind of providing space for yourself. And I think right now it looks like resting and like really recuperating and like doing the things for me. So that's what I had to be fucking for real about this week.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
You could say no. We'll be all right.
I can say no. Like, I'm really trying to like sit down and rest, and also not taking a space or a lack of productivity as I'm being lazy.
Yeah.
But like, no, baby, you're tired.
Yeah.
You're really tired. So yeah, I would say those would be my things.
Okay, period.
Yeah. So without further ado, while y'all really came, let's get to lit topics, and I'ma close my eyes. I'ma close my eyes and see what pops out. Okay, wait a minute. Let me put some pen in it. Oh, Lord. All right. Today, we will discuss, drum roll, please.
I feel like I already know the topic.
What you think it is? Guess.
Reconciliation after separation.
Woo! X Games.
That's what it was?
X Games.
Oh, well, we're on the same, you know, same wavelength.
So, I don't like this one.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
Okay. Rachel, tell me about X Games. Where do you sit on the space? And let's talk about X's in the broad stroke of like people you may have talked to in the past. Like, what is your thought on reconciling with previous lovers?
I just want to start this conversation with saying that man could walk past me in the street. I don't even know who that man is. Sorry to that man.
I don't even know who it is.
Because what? Do I have an ex? No. Do an ex got me? Absolutely not. No, but on a more serious note, I think that reconciliation is possible if both parties are willing to come to the table and recognize areas in which they dropped the ball or weren't the best in. And reconciliation doesn't mean we're getting back together. It doesn't even mean like we besties. I think reconciliation is more so for the betterment of you as individuals and just being, you know, accountable and being a respectable adult. There have been men that I've dated that I've reconciled with and we're back cool. Because there's just that level of respect there. My most recent ex, there will not be any reconciliation. That's just a boundary I'm not willing to cross or even go back into. But I think that, you know, if things were different, if we were in a different space, maybe we could reconcile. I would never get back with that man. Like, please, no. Yuck. Yeah. But I think that it's very possible, and I think that it shows growth when people are able to reconcile.
Absolutely.
And just come to the table and apologize, bro, you hurt my feelings.
Right.
I apologize for hurting your feelings. And then if you guys can continue to be friends or be in that space, I think that that's a good thing. But, you know, it don't always happen like that. So, you know.
I just feel like I just want to be the interviewer on this one.
That's why I started laughing.
I know that's why you started laughing. I don't even know what to say for real. Let's start easy. I do believe in reconciliation. I think that there is space for that, to your point, like when we have maturity and like we both can really like say the thing and like have the conversations. And yeah, maybe it may not lead back to a relationship, but it can lead back to like some type of friendship or some type of acquaintance, and you can be all you can be. Shout out to the Army. In that regard,
is this a recruiting commercial? Please.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be in this army, but anyway.
Army of the Lord only.
Okay. Jesus, strongest soldiers. Now, when we talk more specifically, in the spaces of it, like, I think there has been personal spaces of mine where things were tried, and I think coming to a conclusion that like, you know, that's not where we are in this space and time, and that's fine. And just being mature enough to like move forward and like, you know, cordial spaces and, you know, just coexist in space and time. So yeah. What's like when you think of X Games, right? Because that's what we titled it. Like, what games happen?
From my personal experience, because what is my story? I know. I was in a situation with my ex where it was like, I knew that, well, now I know. At the time I didn't. Because I was on a merry-go-round, a roller coaster ride. Emotional roller coaster. But it was more so like I knew that he was manipulating the situation. I knew that he really didn't want to be with me. But because I didn't want to, or I wasn't in a space of really to get out and meet new people, I allowed myself to stay in that same merry-go-round. When at one point I knew what it was, but I continued to just be in it because although it wasn't good for me and it was uncomfortable, it was like organized chaos. Like I knew what to expect. I know he's gonna act this way. I know he's gonna say this. So like, let me stay in that space. So it's games in that, because it was like, you know, as soon as things were over, a couple weeks later, we can get back together. And it's like, well,
what changed?
That's actually not how it works. Right. Like, you literally drug me through the dirt and you gonna say we can get back together? Like, please.
Yeah.
I'd mop the ocean before I get back with you. What?
I will mop the ocean. Yeah, like, not for you.
Like, ain't no way. But games like that, or games where it's like, again, being in a space of comfort because we're comfortable with one another. Organized chaos again, where it's like, instead of me trying to go out, like, I know I can get what I need from here and we could just keep it moving. And those games really aren't helpful to anyone involved. I think that for me, once I realized, like, yeah, you think it's this and you think you're just doing the action, it's like really still pulling on you emotionally.
Yeah.
And once I realized that, I really had to take myself out of it, because it was like, how much longer are you going to allow yourself to be in this circle?
Yeah.
Because ultimately it goes back to, do you think that you're worthy of this treatment? And once I realized I deserved more is when I stepped out.
Absolutely.
Like stepped out of it completely. The rose color lenses were taken off my eyes, and I was really able to see things for what it was.
Right.
And I think that goes back to, which we said on another podcast, like the soul ties. I think when you're emotionally involved with someone to that level, you can look past a lot of things for the sake of, oh my God, yeah, like it peel a head through the mattress, you know, like things like that. Like you look past a lot, but when you step outside of it, you can see things for what they really are.
Absolutely.
Outside of that situation, I don't really play those games anymore.
Yep.
And I know y'all get tired of me hearing it, but I went and saw that lady, and she really helped me find, because it was always there, she helped me find that confidence about myself to where I truly, truly love myself so much now that going on that merry-go-round and going with the ups and downs, you like me today, you don't like me today. Well, I love me every day.
Come on.
So you think I'm about to settle for someone who don't know if they want me from day to day? We're not doing that.
Or love themselves.
Yeah, or love themselves. Like, I'm not doing that. But,
Absolutely.
I mean, definitely shout out to Grow for that, because it wasn't always that way. But I definitely have been in situations in the past where I allow men and my exes, or even men I were dating, to play those games with me, and I just went along with it. Like, it's chestnut checkers, baby. And I still end up losing in the long run. Like, let's be clear, emotionally I did, but at the time it was fun, so I did what I did.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Yeah. I think in my experience, I wouldn't necessarily qualify it as a game. But I will say, I feel like there was a lot of in and out, right? A lot of like the seesaw, right?
Hopscotch.
Not so much hopscotch, but it's kind of like this, like we in, we out. I like you, you don't like me. I don't like you, you like me. Like it's just this very like back and forth, tag you're it type thing. And I think a part of ending the cycle of the X Games is picking a stance and like remaining in that space. Yeah. So you won't have to go in either in this back and forth or circular motion. Because what it is like, we're not sure. And we're not on the same page for whatever reason. And I think it becomes like this push-pull situation, at least in my experience of it. It's like somebody's pushing away, but somebody's trying to pull close, and we're not moving in the same direction. And I think sometimes when you just kind of like pick a stance, like that stillness brings about clarity.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Like you kind of you come to a space of peace within it, and you say like, whatever direction this goes, whether you stay on your side of the sandbox and I stay on my side, like, cool. If that means eventually as we're playing on our own, our paths may cross in the sandbox and we may play together and it's mutual, cool. But I think a lot of this in that game piece and getting out of the cycle is being clear about being clear on where you stand, right? And I think sometimes within the cycle, you're like waiting for that other person to make a move. And so you kind of get stuck in that in-between energy. And it's like, no, you have to be responsible for you and be okay with where the chips may. Yeah. Right? And so like you said, going to see that lady, going to just really like, what do I really deserve here? Yeah. And being able to say like, you know what? I'm okay with letting this go, or I'm okay if I don't want to play these games no more. And I just choose to do something different. Yeah. Right? Or I play by my damn self. Yeah. Like, play with somebody else who want to play back. Whatever the case may be. But yeah, I think that's a huge part of it. Like, you got to pick a side and stand on it.
That's what I was going to say. Out of that, that's what I took from it. Is like, you have to set a standard. Yeah. And you have to have a boundary. And I think people that want to be in your life and people that want to be included are going to respect those boundaries and those standards that you have. They're not going to allow or even want you to lower that standard because they know the caliber of woman that you are. But I think when you don't set that standard, you don't set that boundary, like you said, also, you just kind of go with the ebbs and flows of what it is what it is. And, you know, when you're young, that's okay. Right. But the older you get and the more life experiences you have, I don't think that's the best space to be in because every day, the older we get, there's more decisions for us to make. And so even outside of relationships, in your life in general, and your friendships and your job, you can't just be like, it is what it is. Like, you got to set a standard, because if it's not a relationship, it's a friendship. Someone overstepping boundaries.
Yeah.
If it's not a friendship, then it's your job.
Yeah.
Now they piling all this work on you because you're like, it is what it is. And it's like, now you burned out.
Yep.
So I think those qualities to have, like, they expand over your life in general, not just in relationships. You know what I mean? So let me ask you this.
Okay, I got a question too. Go ahead.
Now we going back and forth.
Yeah.
So at what point, or if you, I guess, remember the moment where you woke up and were like, enough is enough? Like, at what point did you get to that space?
I will tell you the exact point. The exact point where you had me.
No, because I'm going to take you back there every time.
Right. No, and this was, I had to be fucking for real with myself. And actually, me and Archie had a very long conversation. And she was kind of like, you trying to move forward in spaces, but your closet ain't clean.
Yeah.
And I really need for you to deal with the stuff in your closet. And I feel like you've been in avoidance of it because of fear. And I really need you to sit with it and deal with it and address it, so you can really move forward in whatever direction. And I was like, dang, sis, you right. And I did the necessary things that I needed to do. And I remember like crying for like a day and some change. And shout out to Dre and Karen. They came and they like gave me flowers and a card and just was like, it's gonna be okay, sis. And I'm like, thank you guys, So yeah, like I do remember that exact moment. And it's so funny because me and Archie talked about this recently, like this past weekend. And we were talking about like letting go, and then like everybody talks about letting go, but then like what's after letting go? Like then what? Like what are we doing? What's next? Da-da-da. And I said, you know what, sis? In the space of letting go, I have peace, right? And I have so much peace that I don't allow control, which creates anxiety, which creates fear of the unknown, to control actions of what happens next. Like, I'm cool in my own space. And whatever happens, whether that's something coming around or nothing coming around, or just things being what they are, I'm comfortable, and I'm not seeking for a solution because of the resolution. Yeah. Right? Like, I'm okay where I am. And I think that's truly when you are in a space of peace, that you're not trying to be performative to find something to fill the space. Yeah. And so, yeah, I think it was super pivotal and powerful for me to just like be in that position and just like, I choose me and I choose peace. And I also think it allowed me to really say, in this season of my life, like, I'm really ready to move forward. Like, I've cleared the space, I've cried the tears, like, I felt the feelings, and I'm like, I ain't got no control over this. Like, I'm stepping however I need to step, and I'm available to do that, where I think in the past I may not have been, which is possibly why I attracted the situations that I was in, because like, I ain't fully showing up, so you ain't really showing up. So we kind of cool in this limbo. Yeah. But yeah, that's my answer. What about you?
I would say, so 2 specific situations. The first one with my ex, it wasn't a specific conversation, but I remember sitting in the house, and I remember like bawling my eyes out, and I remember like listening to this gospel song by Tasha Cobb Leonard. Yeah. And I just remember thinking like, this is not the life you have for me. And then I remember going to bed that night, and I remember waking up and being like, I'm done. Like, it was literally night and day, where like one day I was fighting for my life, and the next day I was like, I'm done. And I didn't look back. And so, you know, although we don't shout out the kills, when a woman's fed up, it's not like, it's literally nothing you can do about it. And like, it's truly the truth. Like, and so I always remember that situation. And then another situation, that was more of me being like in an immature mind, like not really having been on my healing journey. But most recently, a situation, because I am more in touch and in tune with my emotions, I allow myself to feel the emotions that I felt. 72 hours. Like, I don't know if it was exactly 72 hours, but I said, Rachel, feel how you want to feel for, I usually say 48 hours, because I'm like, after that, okay, girl, you dragging it.
Right.
But I'm like, feel how you feel. If it's sad, mad, angry, upset, feel those feelings and don't allow anyone to tell you differently. And so I felt those feelings. I got them out. I shed those tears and I was able to move on.
Right.
Not that I forgot about it or was in the past, but to your point, I have no control over it anymore. So I can't put control over something that I don't have control over.
Right.
Because it creates anxiety and all these other, it's just a snowball effect of emotions that I'm putting on myself for something that if you really break it down, you had no control over it from the beginning.
Absolutely.
So.
And not allowing the thing to control you, because I think when we do all this and try to, avoid our emotions or do all this other stuff, it's like, this is controlling me.
Right.
And you don't really realize how much a situation is controlling you and how much time it spends rent-free in your head.
Yeah.
Until you really be like, you know what? I'm cool.
And I think sometimes, and I also had to really sit down with myself, like, sometimes, a lot of times actually, God is really protecting you from something.
Yeah.
You don't know what it is and it doesn't make sense. But he's protecting you for whatever reason from whatever it is because he has better for you. Or maybe he wants to shield you from seeing this person in this way because he knows you will look at them differently. And he wants you to continue to look at said person in a certain light.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I agree with that. I don't know if we got enough time. So maybe I'll do a two-parter. Like, what would be the positive and or negative things that your exes or people that you talk to would say about you? What do you think they would say? And then if you had to kind of like, just like reflect on your previous dating journey and the exes, like what's something valuable that you take in from those situations or situation?
So the first thing, the positive and the negative. So if you ask my ex, he'll say I'm the worst person ever. And I mean, that's fine, but your family still love me. I'm still friends with them on Facebook. Blue. Shout out to your mom's twin. Yeah. I mean, and it's cool. Like, you dusty, your hair ain't done anyway. No, I'm just kidding.
Your hair uneven.
You're still a child of God. But if outside of that, like dating, I would say I don't feel like they could say anything negative about me. And I'm not even trying to pump myself up, but because I've done the healing, I intentionally show up as my true self.
Yeah.
I mean, we can get them on the phone right now. I'm just kidding. But I think they would say, look, some answer right now.
Right now. Hollering.
But we gonna run out of time because they gonna get real chatty.
Right.
I think they would say that I'm a good person. I think that the most recent person would say that I communicate very well and that I'm very in touch with my emotions. And that I'm just genuinely like a good person, which is what I've always aimed to be.
Right.
And although I may think that for myself, I feel like it's good to hear it.
Yeah.
And I can see the growth in myself. So I don't think that my most recent dating partners would say anything bad about me.
Yeah.
They've more so taken responsibility for their errors.
Yeah.
Because they aren't where I'm at. And I provide grace because I wasn't always where I'm at either. I used to be them.
Right.
So.
Absolutely.
What about you?
I would say positives is just like my heart and my love. Like, I think, like when I like you, when I love you, I am so intentional. I am so like to the little details. Like I'm your biggest cheerleader, biggest supporter, like all the things. If you rocking, I'm rolling. Like I just feel like I'm a very like, I don't want to say ride or die because I'm not trying to die before my time, but like very like I'm a ride for you. And
very
I think,
attention.
Yeah, very intentional. Yeah. And like my pursuits and like what I do for people and just like the way that I love and the energy that I bring. I've been told like you are such a safe space. You provide me peace. So I think that's a very positive thing and to have that spirit, but it's also something that people can mishandle and don't know how to take care of it.
Yeah.
I think negative, I don't think anything so much now. I think in the past, like I would shut down a lot and I would isolate when I was not okay because I didn't know how to regulate my emotions well.
Girl, same.
Yeah. So that caused some damage in some ways that I didn't really realize the impact of my actions until well later. But I think overall, just like lessons from my previous experiences is that, you know, I think I had to bump my head a little bit and learn some things about myself. And these people really illuminated those lessons for me. Just as far as like what I want, what I don't, like really value, what does it really mean to value myself versus what I'm allowing people to come in with? And just overall, like experiencing love in some capacities and experiencing what I want, and also what I don't.
Yeah.
So that would be me. So how we gonna end this with our BFFs is we want to tell them anything about X Games. What would we say?
Girl, get off that roller coaster ride, please. Like, I just want to say for women, I'm speaking to women, but men also, like, you deserve so much more. You deserve someone that chooses you every day, day in and day out. You deserve someone that loves you. You deserve someone that cherishes and values you. I think of like my parents, and I also think of my friends and like how intentional they are with like things that I like. Like my friends know I like hot Cheetos. So if you give me a bag of hot Cheetos, now we in love.
Yes.
You think I'm gonna settle for a man that's gonna go get me some big chicken wings and I don't even like chicken like that? Please. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me tell you something. If you don't want to treat my girl right, send her to me.
yeah.
Because
like,
she's spoiled over here, ain't she? Yeah, Big Mama gonna spoil you every
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
So you think I'm gonna settle for less than when my friends are giving me more than?
Right.
Please. Like, no. So that's what I believe you with. Like, choose yourself at the end of the day. Some days it's hard to walk away, but it's worth it in the end. All right,
I'm gonna keep it brief. Stand on the side, right? And when you're firm in where you are and what you want, everything around will fall in place. Whether that's that person falling back in alignment with you or somebody else. So just pick a side, stay there, choose you, and everything will work out. But we're gonna wrap this up. And remember, if you can be anything,
be fucking for real.
Bye.
Bye.